with the heat wave sweeping through everywhere, even up here in upstate New York, these girls are hot. I'm talking about panting in the shade, hot. So I wanted to talk about the 5 things that we do to try to mitigate the heat for these girls and keep them all safe and comfortable during this heat wave. So let's get into it. Now, number 1 is gonna be waters. So you wanna make sure plenty of waters. So we have some extra waters out here set up, and we have additional waters inside of the run as well. So there's 2 bowls out here, plus a hanging water right here, another smaller water right here, and their larger water here. So there's 5 different water stations that these girls can get to. Make sure they all have water at all times, and to make sure that they're not fighting over different water stations, where they're all together. Make sure everybody has access to it. And it's nice because we have a bunch of different varieties. So the 2 bowls out there that they can dip into, we have the nipple water in here, nipple water in here, and then we have this kind of trough style where they can dip into as well. So whether some girls like drinking out of the nipples more, some girls like drinking out of the bowls or the troughs, it gives it access and accessibility to any different types to make sure that everybody's drinking fine. And same thing with waters, food as well. Make sure we have food everywhere. So we have the food in the hanging feeder here. We have an additional bowl, which is out right now, which I need to put more in there. They have their feeder here, and then their 4th feeder inside of here. So again, make sure that nobody's fighting over it. Make sure there's no crowding, heating up around, a bunch of birds touching each other, trying to get to food. No competition, plenty of food to go around that everybody can eat out of. So that's the first thing. Make sure you have plenty of food and water so that everybody can be spread out, get everything that they need. Now, the second thing is going to be treats. So 2 and 3 are going to be different kinds of treats. So 2, we're going to talk about refrigerated treats. So you want to make sure that you give them nice cold treats that will cool them off. So we have some refrigerated watermelon right here. Give them a couple of them. And fresh fruits that are hydrating, like watermelons or berries or things like that. Refrigerate them, cool them down. The girls love them. They get to peck at it, keeps them entertained, but also hydrates them at the same time as gives them something fun to eat, something cool to eat to cool them down. So number 2, refrigerated treats, give them something cool. I know the watermelon's actually really nice because it's basically, we give them everything that we cut off when we're cutting up the watermelon for us to eat. So any of the extras that just get cut off naturally, they enjoy it. They'll eat all the way through the rind down to nothing. So that's really nice. And then also, if you're already eating the watermelon yourself, obviously most people don't eat the rinds. And if you're one of the normal people that don't, keep the rinds, send those out here, and like I said, they'll eat those as well. It's a nice cool treat for them to peck at, give them some greenery as well. So make sure there's no waste goes around. It's really nice. And then number 3 would be frozen treats. So what we like to do when it's cold out in the winter, we get these cheap, these are like 80, 90 cents, depending on where you get them, bags of frozen vegetables. And in the winter, we heat them up, like to pour them out, keeps them warm, microwave them, then they have warm snacks. And then you can do the same exact thing when it's hot out, but don't even heat them up. Now they just have frozen vegetables. Peas, really love peas. They're nice because they can spread around, and they're small, so they can eat them. But you can see they go absolutely bonkers for any kind of vegetables, especially when they're frozen, hot outside, cool them down. Peas and corn are my favorite to give them because they're tiny, so that they can be spread out. It goes a lot farther, it takes them longer to eat and find them. And if they don't want them while they're frozen, it's so hot outside that, 30 seconds, couple minutes, it's not going to be frozen at all anymore, and then they can bite into them and eat them. So however you're gonna do it, we really like these frozen vegetable bags. You can do frozen fruit bags. Either way, it's a really inexpensive way, and it's super easy to freeze, bring out here, break up. They eat them, go crazy. They'll be gone a couple minutes, but keeps them cool, and it's really nice. So that was number 3. And number 4 is exactly what you see right now, giving them some free range time. So making sure that they have access to environments in the shade. Like out here, we have a lot of tree cover over top of their run, but also just in this free range yard that we have for them. They also have access to the grass that is long and cool. It traps the moisture, keeps the heat down a little bit. So this free range time, could just say more access to more space in general, because in here they have a solid tarp here that gives them plenty of shade. They have the roof back there that lets in some sunlight, but really it's underneath these trees, so it gives them shade. But they have access to all the different spaces in here. Additional run over here that's covered and shaded, tree shaded. The house provides shade. Different environments as far as the grass, the dirt for them to dust bathe in, dig around in, keep cool, stay underneath the trees, and be in the sun if they want to be in the sun. Some of them like to sunbathing when it's 95 degrees out here. But just giving them access to more environments, different environments, so that they can pick and choose how to regulate their own body temperatures and keep them cool when it's really hot outside is vitally important. So number 4, just give them space during the day, hang out, find areas. And then number 5, last but not least, is going to be what we've been doing, is instead of locking them up in their coops, we are fortunate that we have super secure runs. So it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but you can see nice hardware cloth here that goes all the way down to the ground and then skirts out. And then the ceiling as well has the hardware cloth. So these runs are super duper secure that we don't have to worry about predators, which is really nice, and that we're fortunate enough to have that, because what that allows the girls to do is to be able to sleep wherever they're comfortable at night. So instead of being locked up in this coop where there's a bunch of bodies in here keeping it hot, as well as just the natural temperature keeping it hot, they instead, you can see a bunch of poop up here, they like to roost up on these roost bars and sleep up here at night. So that gives them a lot more space to spread out and be comfortable. And with the big girls, what we like to do is provide extra ventilation, because they like to still sleep in this coop, but it gets kind of hot, even though we have plenty of windows and ventilation normally. But when it's increasingly hot, especially up here, they're not used to that warmth, so we leave this door open to provide even more ventilation. Like I said, we don't have to worry about predators because super secure run, so nothing's getting into here. So we can leave this door open, give them a lot more ventilation. And then honestly, if they wanted to, they can sleep out here. That's just, they're so used to sleeping in the coop that they choose not to. So I want to make sure that even though their instincts are telling them to sleep in their coop, and they're warm, and they would be better off sleeping outside, they're not going to, because they feel the safest in the coop. So we leave the door open, allows them to get a little more ventilation, try to cool off as much as possible. And that's the top 5 that we do. Space during the day, food, water, just have access to different environments. Let them, like the chickens are really smart. They're gonna find ways to cool off during the day and to regulate their own body temperature. So they'll go wherever they want to go that makes them most comfortable during the day and at night. But it's all about, as the caretakers, the chicken tenders, if you will, giving them the option and the ability to regulate themselves, and give them an extra couple treats, keep them cool throughout the day, and at night, and make sure they're well even in these hot times. It's if anybody else has any other suggestions or things that they do, drop them below. I'd be happy to see them and share them. And until next time, stay perfect.